Hey everyone, it's Matt along with Goo here, and today we're going to talk about Kiryl.
I am unscathed. But Tsarevna! Where is Tsarevna?
The best healer in the game, probably the best healer in the game that will be coming out with Dragon Quest IV.
So, you said you were from somewhere called Zamoxva.
Indeed, yes.
Is Kiryl, or Christo, if you've played the original NES.
Thank you, Kiryl. If not for you, I would be thoroughly punctured.
Please, Tsarevna, to deflect your person from damage is only my duty.
Worthwhile, and to chase just like he chases the Princess of Zemkoska, Elena.
There are fiends still requiring evisceration.
Yes, Tsarevna!
Or should you just whack this entire banner and just wait for the next?
Whack! 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 Whack!
Stay tuned. Alright, Kiryl is a hero class, the second hero in Dragon Quest IV. Obviously, Elena's the first one. Is a very strong healer who also does very good damage as well for a healer class. His leadership effect is actually pretty useful, reduces the enemy's attack power by 10%, has its uses for sure in arena and for other boss battles, especially for units that have way too strong of a initial attack that you kind of need to back off on a little bit. Kiryl will be the main unit for leadership there. His first skill is Priest Blessing. It increases the power and spell resistance of an ally with 3 turns of effect. I really like this because it has attack power and spell resistance, which generally can help nullify some of the mage teams like in arena and some of the mage effects that you will see in the game. And also gives your physical units some very good attack power. This is actually pretty devastating for arena teams if you're facing against a mage that will go against. You can try to taunt it with a tank that has this. This will be a very useful skill. Second one is Leg Thrust, which is an attack skill. It inflicts 250% physical damage on all enemies within range, rarely spell seals and move seals, and on top of it will move units 2 spaces away from him as well. So you could get up close, send, especially if it's 2 units away, you can attack it, send it back, and if the unit doesn't have AoE, or I should say ranged attack, it only has 2, you can keep it away from him for a very long time, and it is pretty powerful with a small amount of MP consumption. Very good skill, very useful. Something that, like King She-Slime, kind of usefulness, except for the fact that Kiryl has healing and buffing on top of it. And so this is why I'm a fan of Kiryl, especially for, as I say, as a hero unit, it has some very unique abilities that we can use. The last one's Multi-Heal, which is, of course, the most powerful heal spell. MP consumption 70, which gets lowered as you level it up. Greatly recover all within range. Its Awakening skill, a very powerful first Awakening skill. So most units have, something like, oh, I'm going to increase attack, yada yada. This one gets a 10% damage reduction the first 5 turns. And also has other abilities within himself. So he is actually a very good tank as well, with the damage reduction. And 5 turns is an eternity in this game, even in arena. So if you put him in the leadership effect, and with this as well, you'd be surprised at how little damage Kiryl will receive. Second skill is second dupe is bang resistance plus 25. Fourth dupe is frizz resistance, and the third and fifth is multi-heal and Wolfang power, which is his ultimate hero move, will gain 5%. The level 100 stats here is pretty above average in all stats except for HP, which is very well above average. And for a healer, his attack is incredibly high. So this actually allows you to use him in other than healing. So unlike Emperor Slime, if you bring him on your arena team, all he could really do is heal and whatever that one spell that you give him, most likely that you gave him, for damage. For Kiryl, his agility is good at 268, not great, so he's still a little slow, but he's not nearly as slow as a lot of other units. His HP is 817, which is actually higher than Emperor Slime. The MP is 308, Wisdom is 302, which is pretty good. Attack 398, Movement is 2, Defense is pretty good at 256. So he's actually, I think, a better tank than the Great Troll. Especially with the healing and all of that. But his weight is 65 in arena, so he is a bit expensive to actually put into your arena team. His preferred weapon is actually going to be, once again, no surprise, from the Dragon Quest IV event. You can farm in Chapter 3-4. On Japan, it's called the Smile Wand. We'll kind of figure out what they'll translate it to here. It's got a Wisdom plus 22, gives healing spell effect plus 4%, and also will give you additional recovery spell, Wisdom. And since you're probably going to put it on Kiryl, getting some agility to get him into the 290, 280 range is going to be pretty solid for him, as that will allow him to actually start moving a little bit earlier, which will allow you to buff maybe like a really powerful unit, or your second unit, or first speed unit, still catch up before some other units will attack it. So the Smile Wand itself is very solid for Kiryl, and was built for either Kiryl or actually Emperor Slime as well. The only thing I like Emperor Slime is to have some HP. This one doesn't really give you that, but still, overall, very good weapon. His hero skill, and I don't have him in JP, so I can't give you a video on it, but it's called Wolffang. It is a very unique length. It has 4 vertical. It does physical damage to one enemy with 300% power, and will move all enemies 2 squares backwards, with an MP consumption of 74. So this is a pretty powerful skill that once again allows to move enemies backwards as well on turn 3. Personally, from a hero skill, I think this is one of the weaker ones, other than the fact that it can reach 4 vertical for length. So if they line up properly, you might be able to get 2 or 3. But as I say, because it's on turn 3, to me it's a little weak. Generally, you're probably looking to use this on turn 2, which is not available. And so I kind of wish that they did something a little bit more interesting than just having a straight line. If it was, an AoE that was horizontal, that pushed back, that might have been a little better. So I'm a little disappointed on his hero skill. So for his pros, he's a healer who will do damage if required. And I did say some damage. I'm going to be honest. He does pretty good damage, especially as a healer class. And the very useful skill, when he gets his 3rd turn and beyond, he gets the ability to increase MP recovery and defense. So this is an additional skill on top of it. It's random a bit, but for turns 3 through 5, he turns into a very strong tank, because he's just got so much damage mitigation going on there, or defense increase. So it is incredibly powerful, along with that 5 turns reducing damage if you get that first dupe. So he is a very unique unit who is a healer first, who is a tank for pretty much the entire time, but has a supreme strength between turns 3 through 5. And he could push away enemies 2 squares on 2 different skills. I really do like that ability. Basically, he is Emperor Slime, King She Slime, all combined. Um, and actually has some of even like a Zoma with the reduced damage for a couple turns, except it lasts longer. Um, so he just has the ability to do so much. It is a very wonderful and powerful skill. Um, Cons, though. The ultimate skill can be a little hard to use, and when I'm going to say hard to use, I want to be more specific. It's not. It's got nice length, anything within 4, but to really use its power to grab more than like one enemy, lining it up can be a bit of a pain only because enemies generally don't line up perfectly in a straight line, especially vertically in this game. It's usually horizontal. Now, in some ways, you can kind of treat it where you'll funnel enemies through, certain things and so forth, especially in like the normal story mode. But from an arena standpoint, it's really a 300% that could push a unit 2 back that will probably only hit 1 unit. Maybe you can get 2, but its power is much less than Lena's and much less than any of the heroes that are here on out. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the ultimate skill. And on top of that, because you have the ultimate skill, the hero cannot learn new skills either. There's also no elements, but as I say, he's a healer, so being able to do decent damage is just a huge bonus, and also being able to tank. So I'm not going to put that as a con, but just for people to understand, there's no elements to Kiryl, which has its pros and cons within itself. While I pull, I'm only going to use the tickets that I get for him. He is much better than Emperor Slime. I would really love to have him. And honestly, if I do get him, luckily, if I get him, or if I get him, there's a paid pull quest for a guaranteed S, I'll probably do that as well. But I would love to have him. As a healer, he is second to none. He will be much more useful, as I say, than Emperor Slime. But the next unit that I really want to go for is Sorrow, and that's the unit that I'm going to try fairly hard. I'm not going to go as crazy as I did with Soma, but Kiryl is the unit that, as I say, I would love to have, but I do have the Emperor Slime. I do have it at 2 hearts. So at this point, I just can't see myself going very hard for him. Now, if I get Sorrow and I get Sorrow fairly quickly, maybe I'll go back and get some Kiryl. But for me, I'm going to be saving for Sorrow. Others are going for Elena. As I say, Elena has very high critical damage capability, top tier. Kiryl is just such a great healer, but in this game, I think you could get by with Emperor Slime that's in there. But if you do get Kiryl, he is amazing. Try to get his dupe. And honestly, even though there might be stronger heroes in the game, he is generally, unfortunately, excuse me, he really gets a huge buff with his first. And if you do get Kiryl, I would say try your best to actually get him for his dupe. Also, for the last banner, I'm not going to go through it. His banner has one of the most useful A units for arena in the game. So it is for people who are kind of okay on Sorrow and okay on Elena. I do highly suggest that you try for the Imp that will be coming along with it. It is just a very useful unit in Arena because it has pretty good attack with it. And it just has some unique abilities. I am going to just kind of go through this real quick with the Arrow Imp. It's called here, I think we'll probably call it a Poison Imp, but it has the ability to greatly increase strength for 1 turn. So generally, its speed is fairly fast with a speed of 346 at maximum stats. You'll probably get him somewhere in around the 300s. But so you're like, okay, Matt. So he gets to greatly increase his strength for 1 turn. What he can then do is either has his non-elemental attack that has range 3, or a zap range of 3. The non-elemental is 195%. The other one does 55% times 3, and it also lowers defensive strength as well. So it lowers the defense. What it can do is greatly increase strength for 1 turn. Basically, save it up, and then just obliterate a unit with either its the Thunder skill or the Zap skill, or its non-elemental. So the Poison Imp that will be on Kiryl's banner is a pretty good unit to also try and go for. So if you really want a good healer and tank combination, Kiryl, and then trying to get for the his A, which is called the Arrow Imp here. But we would probably get the Poison or Call. I would highly suggest it. As I say, it's a very powerful one. I hope that I somehow get one of each, but I don't think I will, just because my luck hasn't been very good. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please give a like and subscribe down below. Also, if you want to visit me on Twitch, I am Madgarou on Twitch, so twitch.tv/Madgarou. I hope you guys enjoyed DQ4 event, but I will also say I think the best tank for a while in the game, and still maybe the best tank in Arena, is coming up in my videos very soon, and that's Sorrow, and that's the one that I am really looking forward to, just because of his unique ability. So I hope you guys enjoy, and stay safe, and I will see you later. Bye!